Every year we get tons of applications in for the Lieutenant Paul Silber Award. Paul was such a dear friend of mine, and it means so much to me to see people doing what he did by giving back once they've served our country and want to make a difference in the lives of others. And Colonel Buell is the epitome of what that award stands for. Mr. Silber himself would be honored to have Colonel Buell receive this award.
Hello, my name is Willie Buell. I'm a retired Colonel of Marines. Our 2004 deployment was back to Iraq after the initial invasion and unseating Saddam Hussein. And initially we thought perhaps the Army would stay there and do the occupation duties, and then it became clear that there were a lot of people that didn't want this to be a successful liberation of Iraq at the time, and so we had to go back. And we went back to the Al-Anbar province, and it was the Sunni Muslim part of Iraq, and it had been a stronghold in the former regime under Saddam Hussein. And in particular, there were a couple of cities in that province that were extremely challenging, Ramadi and Fallujah, and we were assigned in the Fallujah area for our deployment. The day we arrived, the battalion was met by General Mattis, who many people know as our Secretary of Defense, former Secretary of Defense. He came out to welcome us aboard and sort of give us the rules of the road, and in the midst of his welcome aboard brief, we had 11 rockets land right in our general vicinity. Thank God nobody was hurt, but it was close, and that was our welcome to. And every day of the deployment, virtually, we had an attack until the end of the Fallujah II operation. Undoubtedly, this is the heaviest combat the Marine Corps had been in since Way City in Vietnam, because the people that we fought, much like Lieutenant Silber back in World War II, they didn't surrender. They refused to surrender and would do whatever it took to harm us, including blow structures down on top of themselves and us. And it's tragic. So that's that level of readiness, and you can't hesitate. And so probably the biggest thing leaders can do when that occurs is come up and reassure those that are behind the. And I feel like I've been doing that ever since. Being there after to reassure men that I served with that they did their duty and they did it well. And to reassure their families that their sons gave their lives for their brothers and for a greater cause for all of us. So that's that's where that's the sort of things you come away with from those experiences. The Wounded Warrior Regiment, I guess that I was selected because I had a number of command experiences that entailed the care of men and some women, but mostly men that had been hurt. I got a call from General Amos, the Commandant of the Marine Corps, asking me to be the Wounded Warrior Regimental Commander. And so it's an offer you could never refuse. I could never refuse, certainly. And so I had that blessed duty. We have a command that is completely staffed, manned with a mission to just care for the wounded, ill, and injured Marines, sailors, and their families. I wanted to start in an established nonprofit at the front end of my retirement, inspired by all the great organizations like Trinity Oaks that I had served with or had Marines benefit from. That's where I fill a lot of my free time. Is I help nonprofits and veterans-related organizations.
We really have never had another nominee that was actually nominated and recommended by people that served under him. And that's what's really unique about Colonel Buell and the person that he is. So not only is it the people whose lives he's impacted since he's gotten out of the service, but people that served for him and felt that he positively impacted their lives during their service. Again, it was just a shoo-in once we had his nomination and heard his story, and then plus everybody else that felt he deserved that award, even after they found out he got it, they were just, thanking us for doing it.